Hello everyone. So welcome to today's lesson. Before we go on with the remaining part of the lesson, first let's check the homework. How many of you have done and how many answers are correct? So if you have done the homework, please check the answers. If you have not done, please start doing the homework. Don't think that teacher is not watching, so it's okay not to do the homework. Don't be careless. Do the homework. Only then you will know what you have learned. Okay, so let's check the homework for yesterday. I asked you to do page number 469, question 2 till 6, and if you have not done the homework, please pause the video here, take 5 minutes, do the homework, and then you can watch this video, continue watching the video. Just don't copy the answers which I am writing. It's not going to help you in any way. Okay, so the question here is determine whether the given value of the variable is a solution of the inequality. You have to say the given amount is a solution or not. Okay, so write down the first, highlight the inequality. Okay, so that's p is less than 0. And what's the solution given? P is equal to 4. So in the next step, we are going to write the number in place of P is less than 0, which means 4 is it less than 0? Is 4 less than 0? Of course it is not. So this is going to be not a solution. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have y is less than or equal to -3. Now again reminding you, always the negative numbers, the smaller the number with the negative sign is always greater than the bigger number which is with the negative sign, which means the number which is more close to 0 is always greater than the number which is far away from 0. So the inequality given is y is less than -3. What's the next step? Write the equation inequality again by replacing the solution which they have given. So is -1 less than or equal to -3? -1 is not less than it, because -1 is here and -3 is here. So which is more closer to 0, -1 or -3? -1 is more closer to 0, which means -1 is greater than -3. The number which is near to 0 is greater. So this is also not. So it is again not a solution. If you would have heard for the explanation yesterday carefully, you will get that answer right. Okay, question number 4, we have u is greater than -half. Okay, so which means u is greater than -half. U, how do you write? In place of u, just replace the u with the number which they gave us, u. Is u greater than -half? Now in the number line again, where is, if 0 is here, where is -half going to be? All the negative numbers are going to the left. So -half is between 0 and -1, right? So it's here, -half. You know, the mid of 0, half is like half of 1. So it's going to be here. So even then, is 0 greater than -half? Yes, because 0 is always greater than a negative number. Remember that, always 0 is greater than a negative number. So 0 can only show its power with negative numbers, because if not, always 0 is the smallest number, right, when we talk about positive. So here 0 is greater than -half is correct. So you have to just say it is a solution. Remember, 0 can show its power only with negative numbers, because 0 is always greater than negative numbers. Okay, the next question we have, q is greater or equal to 0.6, and the solution given for us is 0.23 is greater than or equal to 0.6. Now how can we know whether 0.23 is greater than or equal to 0.6? If you look at this side, we have 1, 2, 3 digits. Here we have 1, 2. So to make it a 3, I'm going to add another 0, which means it is 0.60. Now is 0.23 greater or equal to 0.60? Of course not. So again, it is not a solution. I'm repeating again. If you have 1, 2, 3 digits on this side, and if you only have 2 digits on this side, like this, like the question we got, you need to make them both equal by adding zeros. Okay, now the next one is b is less than 2 3 over 4. The solution is given to be 2 over 3 is less than 2 3 over 4. How do we know this is this inequality correct or not? Look at this. This is only a fraction, but this is a mixed number, which means it has 2 complete and then 3 over 4, but this has only 2 over 3. So of course this is less than this, which means it's right. So it is a solution. Else, another way for checking for you is, if you did not use your brain enough to think whether this is right or not, what you have to do is change this into a mixed number, right? So how do you change this into a mixed number? 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. This I'm showing you in case if you did not find it right. Okay, so that's going to be 11 over 4. So you can cross multiply them. 4 2s are 8, 11 3s are 33. 8 is less than 33, which means again the solution is right. If not, if you're using your common sense, this is always smaller than this, because this has a whole number and this has no whole number, which means it's a 0. So of course 0 is less than 2. It is a solution. So I hope most of you have got these answers right. Okay, so let's move on to the remaining part of the lesson. That's this one. Okay, it's also an easier one because already now you know what to do. Here you need to just read the question very carefully to understand what they have asked you to do. Okay, so this is the question. Determine whether s is equal to 3 over 5. So they have given you one value for s, another value for s, and also another value for s. So determine whether s is equal to 3 over 5, s is equal to 0, or s is equal to 1.75 are solutions of the inequality. So we have to say for each of these inequality given in the question, which of these answers are going to be right. Okay, so let's check if which of these answers are going to be right. This inequality is s is greater than -1. So how are we, which numbers are we going to use to say that this inequality is going to be correct? Let's try the first one. S is equal to 3 over 5. If I write 3 over 5 in place of s, do you think 3 over 5 is greater than -1? Remember I told you a positive number, whether it's a fraction or a decimal or a number, is always greater than a negative number. So is 3 over 5 greater than -1? Yes. So this is a solution. Okay, so which means s is equal to 3 over 5 is a solution. So this is the first one. Let's find out for the second one. It's 0, right? So replace the 0, s with 0. Is 0 greater than -1? Is 0 greater than -1? Yes, it is. So is s equal to 0 a solution? Yes, it is. Remember, 0 can only show the power with negative numbers, because 0 is always greater than negative numbers. Now for the third one, s is equal to 1.75. So 1.75, is 1.75 greater than -1? Again, 1.75 is a positive number, so it's always greater than -1, which means this is also correct. So again, here we also have s is equal to 1.75. So all the three given numbers which are in the question are all solutions for this equation. Okay, let's move on to question number 8. We have s is less than or equal to 1 2 over 3. Now how can you say which of these numbers given in the question are a solution for this? Let's try with the first one. Okay, replace the s with 3 over 5 is less than or equal to 1 2 over 3. Check whether the inequality is correct. Is 3 over 5 less than or equal to 1 2 over 3? Is it? How do you find out? As in the homework question, I told you we have a whole number here, and here we don't have a whole number, which means it's 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 1? Yes, it is, because 0 is less than 1, right? So this is a solution. So what's the first one we got? S is equal to 3 over 5. Okay, the next one, S is equal to 0. So write 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 1, 2 over 3? Is it? Yes, it is, because 0 is less than 1, 2 over 3. So now next one is S is equal to 0. What's the next number which they gave us in the question? 1.75. So write 1.75 in place of the S. So now here 1.75, is it less than or equal to 1, 2 over 3? Now this one, girls, either you need to have both of them as fractions, or either you need to have both of them as decimals. Now I'm not going back to the lesson where I have taught you how to change a decimal number into fraction. If you have forgotten, please go and open your book and check how you have changed a decimal number to fractions. You know you have to make this out of 100 and then simplify it. Okay, once you have done it, you will be getting the answer 1/3 over 4. Okay, so is 1/3 over 4, if you change this to a decimal fraction, you are going to get 1/3 over 4. Is 1/3 over 4 less than or equal to 1, 2 over 3? Of course, if you just think, yes, this is greater, it's not lesser, it's greater. 1/3 over 4 is greater. So let's find out in an improper way. How do we do it? Let's change this to an improper fraction. 4 ones are 4, plus 3 is going to be 7 over 4. Is it less than or equal to 3 ones are 3, multiply them and add it, 5 over 3. 3 sevens are 21, 4 fives are 20. So is 21 less than or equal to 20? Of course not. It's wrong, right? So because this is wrong, this only the solution for this is S is equal to 3 over 5 or S is equal to 0. These are the only two solutions we have. Now I'm giving you half a minute. Do this and tell me how many solutions are there for this equation, inequality. Use these three, 1, 2 and 3, and find out which are the correct solution for this inequality. Okay, girls. Did you find out which are the solutions? How many solutions did you get? How many? Okay, let's see. We have now, in fact, you don't even need to do these steps if you are like, if your mental math is too good. You just need to see which numbers are there and you can simply write the solutions. But this I'm doing so that nobody will have the excuse that we did not understand. Okay, so this is the inequality given for us. So let's try with the first solution. Replace 3 over 5 is less than 0.43. Now either both of them have to be decimals or both of them have to be fractions. So let me change this into a decimal. How do you change 3 over 5 into a decimal? Let me do it here. Divide 3 over 3 by 5. So that's going to be, I just hope you girls remember these steps. Okay, so it's going to be 0.6. So replace 0.6 is less than 0.43. Now as I told you, you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, which means you also need to have 3 digits on this side. Is 0.60 less than 0.43? Is it? Of course not. So this is not a solution for us. S is equal to 3 over 5 is not a solution. Let's try with S is equal to 0. Is 0 less than 0.43? This is nothing to think. Of course, it's less than 0.43, which means it is a solution. So what's the first solution we got for this inequality? S is equal to 0. This is our first solution. What about S is equal to 1.75? Let's see. 1.75. Is 1.75 less than 0.43? Is it? Of course not, because it's 1.75. You have 1 here, you have 0 here, which 1 is not is 1 less than 0? Of course not. So this is also wrong. So for this question, our only solution is S is equal to 0. This is how you find out which of these answers are a solution. Okay, now moving to question number 10, 11 and 12. Question number 10, 11 and 12. Okay, what is the question? Give two solutions of the inequality. So you have to give two solutions in place of this letter. You can give any number you want to. I don't have any problem unless it satisfies this inequality. Okay, let's try. E is less than 3, right? Okay, which numbers are less than 3? We have to only see for this part now. Any number which is less than 3, you can write it as the solution. So which numbers are less than 3? 2. 2 is less than 3, so E can be 2. Or E can be 0. Yes, because 0 is less than 3. So you can write E is even minus 1, because always negative numbers are less than positive numbers. So it's up to you. This is your question. You can write whichever numbers you want to, but you have to give two numbers which will make this inequality correct. Now moving on to number 11. I am only giving you two possibilities. There are many possibilities. I am just giving you two. Now you all are smart enough to understand which numbers are correct. Here, P is greater than negative 12, right? So how many numbers, like which numbers can you say as P is greater than negative 12? Which numbers can we write here so that this inequality can be correct? Let me try. Can I say P can be negative 3? If I write negative 3 here, will the inequality be correct? Yes, because negative 3 is more closer to 0 than negative 12. So negative 3 is greater than negative 12. Or if you want to write a positive number, P can be 5 also. Any positive number, you can say any positive number or any negative number which is starting from negative 11, you can write any negative number or any positive number you want, or even you can write P is 0 also. Okay girls, so please be careful enough to check your answers in the correct way. Don't say that teacher told us to write any number and say P is equal to negative 22. How can negative 22 be greater than negative 12? It cannot be. So this cannot be. You can write any number starting from negative 11 until any positive number you want to. Okay, the next one, y is greater than or equal to 5.8. So we have to replace y with a greater number than 5.8. What are the numbers greater than 5.8? 5.9, then 6, 6.1, 7.1, 7.8, 9.4, any number, or you can even write any whole number. So this is my choice. Okay, y is equal to, let me write this as decimals because already we wrote whole numbers for those two questions. So y is equal to 6.3. so which means if I write 6.3 here, the equation, the inequality is correct. Y can be also 12 because 12 is also greater than 5.8. So up to you. You can write any positive number. Don't write negative number. Can I say y is equal to negative 3? Can I say negative 3 is greater than 5.8? Of course not, because any negative number is smaller than a positive number. This is positive. So you can write any number greater than 5.8. Okay girls, I hope that's clear for you. Now Again, your favorite problem solving. Let me read it for you. A person must be at least 18 years old to vote. This is the inequality. Okay. Determine whether A equals 18, A equals 17 and a half, A equals 90.51 are solutions of the inequality. So we have to say which of these three numbers, this, or this, which of these can be solution for this inequality. So first let's write down the inequality. Okay, now you girls tell me which one do you think are the are the solutions for this inequality. Right, A is equal to 18 because I can say 18 is equal to 18. What does this symbol mean? It means greater than or equal. So 18 is equal to 18. So A is equal to 18 is a solution. Correct? Okay, 17 and a half. Can I say 17 and a half is greater than or equal to 18? Is 17 and a half greater than 18 or is 17 and a half equal to 18? Of course not. So A is equal to 17 and a half is not a solution. Okay, this question was for the question number 9. Yes, it was for question number 9. So don't think this is a part of this. What's the next one? A is equal to 91.5. So the inequality is this. 91.5. Is 91.5 greater than 18? Is it? No. 91.5 is not greater than 18. It is. It's 91.5. Okay. So again, A is equal to 91.5 is also a solution. So which are the two solutions out of this three? Which are the solutions? This is a solution. This is not a solution. And this is also a solution. Right? And they said tell what the solution means. What does this mean? They said represents the possible ages a person can vote. So an 18-year-old person can vote. Can a 17-and-a-half-year-old person vote? Of course not. Can a 91.5-year-old person vote? I know 91-and-a-half-year-old person cannot even walk properly. How can she go and vote, right? He or she go and vote. But this is math. We have to just concentrate on the problem, not on the possibilities. So a person who is 91-and-a-half-year-old also can vote. Okay, now go to page number 468. Page number 468. Okay, again a problem solving question for you. Okay, this is the question. The inequality P is less than 4.75. So this is one of the inequality. Represent the price P in dollars that Peg is willing to pay for popcorn. So for popcorn, this is the inequality, which means this is the price of the popcorn. So Peg, this boy or girl, I don't know, okay, he or she wants to buy popcorn which is less than 4.75. Clear, girls? You have to follow me in this. Follow me very carefully in this problem. So this is the inequality for popcorn, where P is the price of the popcorn, which means the girl will be buying, girl or boy, whoever, will be buying popcorn which is less than 4.75. Now, the inequality P is less than 8 represent the prices P in dollars that Peg is willing to pay for a movie ticket. This is the inequality for movie ticket. This was for popcorn. This is for movie ticket, which means she is willing to pay for the movie ticket less than $8. Okay, for popcorn she wants to pay less than 4.75, and for the movie ticket she wants to pay less than 8. At how many theaters would Peg be willing to buy a ticket and a popcorn? So you have to refer to this table. Okay, so let's check. These are the ticket prices. There is $8, $8.50, $9, $7.50, $7.25. That's the price for the popcorn. Okay, now according to the inequality, this is for the popcorn. So she needs to buy popcorn which is less than 4.75. So which of these are less than 4.75? Highlight it first. Which of the prices are less than 4.75? Is this less than 4.75? Yes, so let's circle it. Is this less than 4.75? No, it's 5. Is this less than 4.75? Yes. Is this less than 4.75? No, it's equal to. But the symbol given for us here is less, so we cannot circle that. Is this less than 4.75? Yes. So we have 3 theaters with less than $4.75 which they are selling popcorn for. But can she buy from these 3 theaters the movie ticket? Because she wants to pay less than $8. So less than $8, which movies are selling the ticket? Is this less than 8? No. This? No. This? No. This? Yes, it is. Right? What about this? Yes. So which of, now these two are less than 8 and only this is less than 4.75. So from which, how many theaters can she buy both? I mean, this theater, the ticket price is 7.25 and popcorn is 4.50. So it's only one which will satisfy both the equations. So we have to write here. So you have to write just one theater because it's only in one theater she can satisfy both the inequalities. Okay, now let's go to this. It's a think smarter question, so you have to think smart. Edward says that the inequality D is greater than or equal to 4 represents the popcorn prices in the table, where D is the price of the popcorn in dollars. So what Edward is saying is that from the table which we used just now, this equation can be used to write the price of the popcorns, whereas D is the price of the popcorn, which means all the price of the popcorns should be greater than or equal to 4. Is Edward's statement sense or nonsense? Let's check. So these are the price of the popcorns from the table. Is every price of popcorn greater than 4 or equal to 4 in this table? Check. Is it greater than 4 or equal to 4? All the prices should be greater than 4 or equal to 4. Is it? Yes. So Edward's statement makes sense. Statement makes sense because the price of popcorn is all more than or equal to $4. Okay, now to the last question for this lesson. Explain why the statement T is greater than 13 is an inequality. Why is this called as an inequality? Why is that? First of all, it's called an inequality because of the symbol. Because you're using one of the inequality symbols and comparing both the sides. So that's what you just have to write. Explain why the statement T is greater than 13 an inequality. T is greater than 13 is an inequality because it is comparing two sides of an inequality with a comparing sign. So whichever expressions have two sides, and it is being compared with a greater than, equal to, or less than symbol. Any of those symbols which we learned yesterday, it is called as an inequality. So that's the end of our lesson. Okay, because next hopefully tomorrow we'll be going on to the next lesson. So I want you to complete the remaining homework. That's page 469. We have question number 7, 8, 9, and question number 10 and 11, and of course the next page, question number 1 and 2. That's on page 470. Okay girls, I hope you all will do the homework and be ready to check the answers by tomorrow. Until we meet in the next video again, take care of yourselves.